Hey Sag, welcome to your quantum reading. This is for Sagittarius Sun Moon Rising. Welcome to my cross watchers. Cross watcher, maybe you're dealing with a Sag and actually the message is for you, so take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are general and timeless readings. These were the ones that I don't know why I'm doing that. Okay. Yeah, keep in mind these are general and timeless readings. Take whatever resonates, leave the rest. Don't try to force it to your situation. So keep that in mind. Tarot is very powerful, or it can be. Depends on how much weight you place on it. Oh, I am going to take that. There's a meeting taking place. Empty room. How interesting. And then we have the Bardo right there. That's the opposing energy. Okay, let's dive in, Sag. Thanks so much for liking, subscribing. Thanks for all the ways you've supported the channel. Oh, no confusion. Look at this. You could be coming out of feeling confused, or if something was kind of like putting your mind through a loop, no longer, yeah. I don't know if some kind of clarity has either come in recently or about to come in. I don't really know, but this is a really interesting thing, and the reason why I grabbed it, we have the empty room, and then we have the mystic here. There's something interesting about this. The very first thing I was picking up on is like people meeting together. There's some kind of space. There's multiple energies that are coming together. But in general, there's something here about like an empty room or you stepping into it. There are no other people in it. And then you have this mystic energy where you might be tapping into something pretty significant. And it could be regarding the Bardo. It's like a... that to me is an awakening. It also to me, like, these are my own interpretations, so I apologize, but I try to just like interpret some things that I've experienced at a time. The Bardo to me always feels like some kind of spiritual holding pattern, if I were to put it like in that kind of terminology, because there's possibly an awakening taking place. If I were to try to explain it on scientific terms, it would be dead senescent cells that are sitting inside of the body or some kind, and that's a part of the, it's an enlightenment. It's what is that word? It just like flashed in my mind. Like a eureka. Oh wow. Wow, how very interesting. I have I don't think I've ever used that word. Eureka moment. Feels like a eureka moment. Wow, wow. I really want to look. I know that this is random, but eureka. Wow. This is incredible, Sag. I actually really love that that came out. A cry of joy or satisfaction when one finds or discovers something. Wow. This is incredible. So, and it makes complete sense when you've got this card underneath. It's like solving a riddle, or you come up with the solution to this energy. It's pretty powerful. It might be in this moment here where you have maybe some kind of moment to yourself. It's like there's space here. You're able to just be. And wow, eureka moment. That is one of the most incredible messages I've ever received. Wow. Two of Swords, yes. Feeling blind or confusion, or you can't see. Some of you guys also, that could be something going on to a situation. There could be no contact somewhere in this vicinity, or it's like you haven't been able to see the way Okay. Looks like you're about to. That is so fascinating that that popped out to me. Okay, I'll get over it. Eureka moment. Something becomes clear. Justice. Wow. So, for a while, some situation could have been transpiring and you were kind of like, what is taking place? Which represents you? Oh, yes. So back to these placements. See, I jump all over the place, but it does have a meaning because of that Justice card. Here we go. Okay, here's your archetype. Mysticism might be happening, or you're like opening up to it, or just in general, your intuition could be focused on a transformation. It could be more yourself or working with energy in general. Here's what I wanted to get to. This is the current planetary lineup. You, since you're Jupiter ruled, you would be this energy. Make sense? Okay, so this is representative of you. It's kind of bouncing throughout. Let me double check. It could be in and out of 8th and 9th house. Okay, Scorpionic, you rule the 9th house, so if it jumps in to your house, it's going to be a really good time for you. Okay, it's not quite there yet. It's still kind of like doing its thing in the 8th house. Jupiter is in retrograde, so there can be illusions, all right? And oh, thank freaking goodness. Wow, that's very interesting. Oh, this is super good. Uranus is going to move out of the mix. Sorry, I got sidetracked a little bit. Okay, Jupiter, I apologize. Neptune deals with illusions, and Jupiter talks a little bit more about... Jupiter expands whatever it touches on. So it can expand things, which can sometimes be weight or things like that. But Jupiter, it can, in the 8th house, like that's a very interesting combination. It could be talking about, sometimes it can talk about power dynamics and luck. You could be doing things with health, like cellular regeneration. And when you do that, things go in your favor. But in general, you could have been confused, like why something was transpiring or why something was happening. Some of you guys might also, this could have been about denial. You didn't want to look at a situation, but it's going to be coming in, or karma is balancing out. And you have the Fool card. Okay, so there's a new chapter in general that could be opening up, or you're about to take some kind of a trust leap. Quantum leap. We have the 4 of Cups. Yeah. Okay, so with this playing out the way that it is, these have been opposing energies. Sometimes they're like bullies, because for those of you, if you're doing something kind of unique, which can talk about mysticism in general, you might have been dealing with people that were in opposition to you, whatever that looked like. That could have caused depression, or it literally like depressed your energy. I don't think that's going to be the case for much longer. Okay, we got a soft Tower. Here's the Tower in reverse. Because this is almost like you do keep expecting the unexpected. That's what is predictable to you, that you know that a person or an energy is going to, it's not shocking to you. Some of you guys also, this isn't like a big shocking surprise. It's like you expect something. You expect a person to try to do something unexpected, or some of you guys, I'm almost getting, if there's a separation happening, you feel like it's inevitable. Okay, but this is actually kind of good, because this Tower isn't like this crazy thing falling apart. It might be passing you by. I don't know. Or you're preparing for something. Maybe you even could have felt like there isn't this sharp thing happening. You might feel like karma is playing out in general, but I don't get that it was like maybe you feel like there's a false foundation here. It could have been with a connection that you had or some kind of thing you were dealing with in general. For those of you, if you have any significant like dealing with an Aries or Mars placement people, there's just been something going on where it's not a surprise to you anymore. Or like, here, I'm going to tell you the other side of this. Mars has been doing this power struggle thing with the Pluto retrograde and all these things taking place. There could have been a person here that was like opposing you or didn't like what you were doing. It could be expanding consciousness because you are the one that dabbles in that whole arena. So you could be doing something that's like your line of work because it opens up this side of things. And there's just something about you just know with a particular person and situation. Mars and Pluto energies are doing power struggles. You might be caught in the middle, or you're just somewhere in the mix, expanding away on the consciousness, okay? And you're no longer, this can be a bit of a gray rock, or you're just apathetic. Like, you know, you know what to expect from someone. You also, okay, let me just throw out this dynamic. You could be dealing with a person that's acting like a bully. They could be using another connection. They could have used another person to deflect from them, and so that there'd be no proof or evidence that they were coming against you, especially in a like really toxic way, or it was abusive. They could have tried to like pull the energy in a different direction, and you might be feeling as though this person has been coming back together in a connection. You just know it's some kind of process with possibly 3 or someone trying to get an emotional reaction from you, but you are not giving to it. And that's why it's kind of diffusing, or it's dying out, or it's not like, it's not shocking you the way that this person was intending. Because now you know the game, or now you know what to expect, because there's a person here that you might be seeing. This person, I think that they're about to like head off in some kind of new direction. Maybe they're growing bored of you or the situation, because you're not, maybe you're not like getting all ruffled from these tower moments. Like you're just kind of emotionally soothed. I don't know, or you're bored by it. Like you're like, okay, here, what's new? Oh, Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups reverse. Okay. I mean, that can be a reflection in general. Neptune, come back here. That's so hilarious. Well, that's very interesting that it popped out like that. I don't know if you guys are dealing with a person. It could be in a romantic way. Knight of Cups usually is. But right now, this person, I've just been seeing in general that it's like a little bit of the, not only whatever you put out, you get back, but a person might be like, if you're very compassionate and emotional, there's a person that responds to you in that way. But sometimes, I don't know if you said something kind of blunt or cutting, or there's a person that is responding that way. That could have turned off this usually emotional response, you know, maybe toward a person or a connection. This couldn't be more accurate, because you could feel like karma is playing out, justice, for a particular person. Because I feel like, Sag, at one time when you did interact with a person, there was something split here. You could have felt confused about taking a path, or there could have been something went on within your energy where you could have done something but you didn't, or you could have, maybe there was some disappointment in general where you didn't take action on something, and now that could be playing out where you're watching something karmically tied to that. And sometimes an energy appears to be like maybe not as emotional right now. It actually appears to be a little bit more because justice and karma can feel a little intense. When karma's playing out, it actually takes away the emotional nourishment part, and it turns a person into more of like the intense or serious side, or the cutting truth, you know? That's what I'm seeing going on in a connection. But interestingly, there is a lot of heartfelt stuff here. It's just like igniting the emotional part. It requires some kind of effort, or there's a person here struggling to be able to do that, because whatever's happening here, it's like there's a natural tendency or something here where a person might want to like feel tempted to stay asleep and not take the awakening, but reality is coming in to try to wake this person up, maybe to a particular situation, because this can be almost like complacency or despondency. Like there's literally a person here that just could literally be dissociating because these towers felt really intense. It's just like a freaking shock absorber. Like there's a person here that just kept like taking on this energy constantly, and then you can just become numb. All right, but that's out of just survival instincts. But it's like there's a cautiousness to not let it develop into jaded, you know, or like just completely giving up. I feel like that there might be something here about the new would be beneficial. That could be what's needed to balance out life in general. You could have decided to take a leap in a particular direction to go toward emotional nourishment. Okay, a particular connection where you are receiving that, or there's a person here that could be doing that in general. Yeah. Alright, so I'm just going to dive into the extended. I think that's a good spot to jump over. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, see you over there. But Sag, if this is where we leave things, sending you so much love, wishing all the very best. See you in your next reading. Take care.